What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Real Deal Sports. Usual guys are here. Myself, brother John, brother Walt. Gentlemen, now we know who's in these semifinals. The second round of the NBA playoffs. But other than that, how are you guys doing?
I'm good. I mean, we kind of already knew. I know the Kings made it interesting, but come on, we kind of knew it was going to be Warriors.
True.
I wasn't expecting. Well, yeah, I was about to say, yeah, we all kind of knew, but at the same time, I did want the Kings to win just because I wanted to see some new faces. Just possibly win, but everybody pretty much wanted that matchup between the Warriors and the Lakers. So everybody, pretty much the world got what they wanted.
Very true. Very true. I can agree. But it's gonna be interesting. All four games are gonna be real interesting.
Oh, and I'm sorry, my fault. To answer, we didn't even say how we doing. I'm good. Beautiful Sunday. Well, I wouldn't necessarily say beautiful Sunday. It was raining all damn day, but what I'm saying? We went to church this morning and got to hear the Wade. Well, we didn't technically go. We went virtually, but it still counts. So what? Hey,
hang on. It says where two or more are gathered in my name. So there am I in the midst of them. So there were two of you, right?
What you mean?
So it counts. There were two of you watching online, right?
No, it was actually about 1,600 people watching online.
At your place, there are at least two.
Oh, right? No, it was just me. Yeah, it was just me. Yeah.
Oh, never mind. You don't count.
I was at work, you know what I'm saying? But the lady was at home. But technically, we were watching together as a unit, but just in different locations.
I got you.
Hey, whatever makes you feel better, my brother.
Just saying, man.
Whatever makes you feel better.
It was a good word today, though. Much needed, too, because yesterday was a terrible day. Terrible day.
Hey, it happens. It happens. I think I know why, but it happens.
No, you don't know why. It's not because of nobody lost or anything. It was just something that happened. That's all.
hey, violence is not the answer. Whatever it is.
I didn't choose violence.
I didn't say you did, but you could be eventually. I'm just saying. Just keep that in your.
I'm a lover, not a fighter, man.
That's what they all say. Like Biggie said, I'm a killer, but I'm not a killer, but don't push me.
Oh, stop it.
What? For a story for another day.
That far.
No, but we got to get to it, man. It was a interesting last couple of days with the draft, and the NBA playoffs. A lot of dreams were made in the draft. A lot of dreams were hurt also in the draft and the playoffs. Teams thought they were better than what they were. And they just, didn't match up with whoever they played in the first round, and now they're at home with the rest of us. But we're going to start on this NFL front. NFL veteran, future big-time receiver, well, not future, but current big-time receiver, Deandre Hopkins to the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, I've been hearing about that a lot lately. I've been hearing the Ravens were in talks. Before the draft, it still could be one of those things that's in the work. But DeAndre goes to Kansas City. It's just reloading. They won a Super Bowl last year without Hill, but they had Juju. Now you lose Juju, but you get now a big play receiver, in a DeAndre Hopkins, a guy that can go up and snag it. It'll be big, especially in the red zone. Him and Kelsey. They may have something there. What's your take on it, John?
Yeah, D-Hop he's not young anymore. And we only saw him in limited games last year. He came out strong in the first game or two, kind of faded down the stretch, lost Kyler, of course. But he actually had a couple nice games with Colt McCoy, but he was getting heavy targets. You know what I mean? Like, he was getting 10, 18 targets. I don't know how he actually is in a system that isn't just trying to air it out every game, but also, or it's not airing out, but playing a balanced attack like Kansas City or Buffalo. A lot of talk he might go to Buffalo. Imagine that tandem right there. That would be awesome. But I just think it leans Kansas City. I think it leans like Kansas City, unless they go out and get another receiver. Yeah, I definitely see this happening. Like I definitely see D Hop going there.
Well,
I mean, of course, it would be big time, of course, if Kansas City can get him. I mean, like you said, just already coming off the Super Bowl win, then adding top tier talent like D Hop. But like John's correct though, he's really not that much. He's not young anymore, I should say. And I'm not saying he still can't, catch the football or anything, and still, go out there and perform like how he's supposed to. But at the end of the day, he's getting up there with age, and I feel like this is kind of a move he has to make at this point in time in his career, just where he doesn't have to do too much, I should say. So making a move to either the Bills or Kansas City is probably the best bet that he possibly should do. Even though I think they said like a couple of days ago they were shutting down the deal to the Bills, but then it's still coming out. I don't want to say either today or yesterday. He saying he likes the organization, so it's no telling where he's going to go at this point. Like I said, I definitely wouldn't mind seeing him to go to one of those teams. Even though I would like for him to stay out the AFC, but at the end of the day, like I said, he's just pretty much trying to do what's best for him at this time, and probably trying to win a Super Bowl for real. So.
And it definitely makes Kansas City better. It definitely makes Kansas City better because I like him better than Juju Smith-Schuster still. Even at this age, I like him better than Juju. So, I mean, it puts them right back on the map as the top team still.
I mean, did they ever really get off that?
I mean, I'm about to say they still on top of the map until next year, until somebody else take the crown. You feel me?
No, I disagree. I think losing Juju was a big deal. I think that's a bigger deal than people are
just losing Juju. Well, I mean, that's not just losing Juju, but I mean,
obviously they're going to add somebody, so that I think that player needs to be Juju or better. You know what I mean? He can't be worse than Juju. I know Pat can do a lot with a little, but you can't keep giving him less and less every year.
Not necessarily.
I mean, you can't necessarily say you can't give him less when he got his security.
Juju, he was on his last leg. It was for him Kansas City or bust. But the thing is about Deandre, it seemed like he's been in the league forever, but he's only 30. He's only 30. He's been in the league. I think this will be his 10th year, if I'm not mistaken. But he's only 30, so.
Yeah, but sitting out a year and a half ages you in football time. Like it.
Yes, but it also didn't body.
All those injuries that he's been having is going to add up to it with that age.
Yeah, but I think the rest helps, especially if you're a receiver, especially, playing in them cold weather games. I think I can see him still being a productive.
Yeah, I'm not worried about D-Hop.
800-yard guy.
Yeah, I'm not worried about him being the guy. He's still the guy. Like, he's still the man. But I'd still like to see Kansas City go get, or maybe we see Sky Moore, one of them guys, step up even more next year. We'll see. But yeah, D-Hop, I love this move to Kansas City. I think he definitely needs to go to Kansas City over Buffalo. I just like that move better.
I do think that's a move that would help those younger receivers, give them more time to progress. It ain't all on you. It's like, all right, we got Travis, Hop, and then whoever that third guy can be. It gives you more time. You don't have to mature as fast without a DeAndre Hopkins. So
how long can Travis keep this up? You know what I mean? He's like one of the oldest tight ends now. And he's not old, but he's at football age. He's not young either, especially at tight end position. So, we can't just take it for granted that he's just going to be that guy every year. Eventually, it's going to hit him, and, we'll see. I don't think it's this year, though.
Yeah, very true.
Like I say, Travis Kelce is not that old either, so I'm pretty sure he got at least about a good 3 to 5 more productive years.
He's 33. He's 33.
Yeah, he's definitely got a good 3 to 4 maybe top.
But to your point about injuries, he does take a lot of hits. So who's to say, it might not weigh, and he's not the biggest.
I was about to say he's kind of somewhat big. I mean, he's not like a grunt big, but I mean, I feel like he's big enough to where towards he can, hold those injuries, throughout the season. Like you say, everybody plays through injuries throughout the season anyway. So
Yeah.
just depending on how much you can take, I should say.
Yeah,
Go
I
ahead.
just yeah, I just don't think he draws many double teams later on in his career. But he's still gonna be productive. But he's not, he's not gonna draw double teams like he always has forever. Eventually he's gonna be able to. You can beat him up with one guy,
Right.
and it ain't gonna be easy. But it's gonna make it harder for the other receivers.
True. True. So from the league to the association, Dame Lillard to the Toronto Raptors.
Possibly.
That I think if I'm Dame, saying that they just let go of Nick Nurse and some of those guys that's been there for a while are in talks of possibly not being there going forward, I would hold off. Like, yeah, you want to get out of Portland, but you don't want to go from one rebuild to another, essentially. You know, and I think if I'm him, I'll wait. I'll wait. Weigh your options. Go if you really want to go to a championship or a team that's just missing you. I would wait. I wouldn't be like, all right, I'm getting out of Portland. I'm just go to the first thing smoking. So if I'm him, I'll wait. I'll wait for right now. Go ahead, John. What you got?
I agree. I don't know that Toronto is the place. I think we could possibly see Kawhi go back there. I mean, they still love Kawhi there. There's not a lot of teams out there that would offer him what he gets. I think he's got 44, 45 million guaranteed next year. I think he's going to try to push his way out of Clippers. If not, he's going to write out this contract and, I don't know. Really, are they going to get anything out of it? I mean, that team's 11-13 now with him and Paul George in the playoffs together. So I just I think I can see some other players going to Toronto maybe next year. However, personally, I'd like to see him go to the Miami Heat, man. Dame Dollar, go to Miami. They need that scoring guard. I know I like Oladipo, I like Lowry and all that, but I'd like to see Dame go to Miami. But because let's be honest, man, I love Miami. They're one of my favorite teams to watch every year. Do you ever really get that feeling, though, that they could win a championship? They take down the biggest, baddest teams all the time. But do you really ever get that feel that they could do it, 4 straight rounds? I just don't. And Dame would change that. I think he would definitely change the thought, like, we have a team. We're legit. And when Tyler Hero comes back, watch out. But that's a personally, that's what I'd like to see.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did say there's a few teams that's trying to scout him out. The Knicks, Heat, and then like you said, possibly Toronto. So, I mean, me personally, I wouldn't mind them seeing them with the Heat as well. Just I guess they really want, depending on what all they had to give up. But I mean, I guess technically since he's a free agent, they wouldn't. Is it pretty much be money would be the issue or whatever? However, both sides want to work that out, I should say, but. Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing him with the Heat. I think it'll be a little bit more easier for him to come to the East anyway, because I think now that they did say the West is getting a little bit easier than the East now, but I still feel like the West is still somewhat predominant in my opinion. So, yeah, I think it'll be, like I said, a little bit easier than trying to compete in the West, I should say right now. So, if he does make that transition, I should say, it would definitely be a good move. Possibly seeing him, Butler, like you said, Hero, possibly Bam, in the starting five. I should say that'll be pretty something to be reckoned with. I should say in the East, with the top tier teams being the Celtics, Sixers, and Bucks. I should say so. That definitely put Miami up there. But yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting summer to see exactly where Dame is going to be, where he's going to land. I should say, especially since he's been more verbal about wanting to get out of Portland.
Yeah, I think the West is super strong. I think they're over people. The Bucks had a nice regular season, but the West, man, is not to be messed with. Like the East is just too shaky, and we'll get into that when we talk playoffs. But yeah, I'd like to see him go to Miami. I'd like to see him go to the East, period. But yeah.
No, I agree, and to his point, he'll be 33 in July.
Yeah.
So, I think for him, just being an older basketball player, it's you gotta do something.
But I do think the Raptors are going to look completely different next year because, like I said, if they get Dame, he could play a huge part in picking the next coach and whoever else they get. Like the Raptors, I don't think when we look at the Raptors now, we can say, oh, yeah, I don't want him on that team. Like you're just going to do the same thing you've always been doing. But I don't think these Raptors are going to look the same next year. I think they're going to look completely different.
My only thing with the Raptors is they don't know how to keep a head coach. Like you didn't have I think we discussed this before. Like you didn't have two head coaches that won coach of the year, but you let them go though. Like my thing with that is like, how is that supposed to build chemistry with my guys or things like that when I'm winning, but you're still going to fire me though? Like that just don't make sense to me. Just because they had one bad season last year, Nick Nurse, if I'm not mistaken, they didn't make the playoffs, but the year before that, they damn near made it to the Eastern Conference Finals. So it's like I don't know. I mean, that's the only thing with me with Toronto. I would need security with my head coach, man, because I mean, at the end of the day, it's head coach and players that's going to win that championship.
Yeah, but I do think sometimes, it's you got to have a new voice, and I think that's what it came down to in Toronto, huh?
Every 2 years?
No, he wasn't there for two. He did
Two,
about
3 years,
a
it seemed like
5 or 6 year stint
No,
there.
Nick was there 5 or 6 years. He had plenty
Yeah,
of.
yeah. He was right after what's the other head coach?
Dwayne Casey.
Dwayne Casey.
Yeah. I actually, this is funny because like some people got upset because I said, commented on it that I said that I think it should be harder for coaches to make it in than players. I think you need at least one or two coach of the years and at least one or two championships. I need to see three things. At least, two championships and a head coach or two head coaches and a championship, something like that, and to get in. But like this goes to show like Dwayne Casey was a guy who won coach of the year, goes to then they give him a terrible roster and the Pistons can't win anything there. Now I don't even know if he's I think he's like an assistant for a college or maybe another pro team. I don't know. And that's not a shot at Dwayne. I'm just saying like if you just got the wrong pieces, you cannot win in the NBA. You just can't. I don't care who you are. And like Spoelstra is one of the best coaches we've seen over the last decade or two who has just had random pieces and is still there every year.
But to that point, Nick Nurse has been in Toronto since 2013. He was an assistant from 2013 to 2018 and the coach from 2018 to this year. So, it was maybe it was just time. Sometimes you need to change it up. Everybody can't stay, like Steve Kerr's and Eric Spoelstra's.
But if y'all not giving him the pieces to actually win, and he's still doing what he's supposed to do, I mean, why let him go though?
I agree to that, but some of these guys are the same guys that was on that team when they won with Kawhi. Now, they had to have a lot go right for them to win, but Van Fleet and Pascal was there, Kyle Lowry, he's gone, but you can't say on one hand, he didn't have help, but a lot of those guys was on that championship team.
And I don't know that Dwayne Casey couldn't have won with that team either. Like that's my point. Is like I kind of think Dwayne Casey could have won with that same team, but Nick got the benefit of the doubt because whatever the Warriors had missing every single piece they had. But
and then he had to the ball that hit rim for 10 hours, then went in. It's like a lot went their way.
That's fair.
So, it happens, but hopefully they can get a coach, to your point, that they can have long term and get his guys in there and develop a system that works for them, and hopefully they can have Golden State success or Milwaukee playoff success.
Hey, I really want to get to the playoffs because it's like but I gotta say one real quick. How about my favorite player, Antonio Brown, coming out of retirement and saying he's going to the Ravens?
No, he needs to stop. Go back.
All right, let's go to the playoffs then.
I'm glad that was short lived.
I was about to say I have no comment on that
because no, dog, no, that is not what them young receivers need to see him every day acting crazy. Oh, that's how you get paid. No, it's not. Don't do
This man just stays in the news for crazy stuff, man. He got kicked off his own team field the other day or something for. This is a part owner of some football team. He got kicked off his own field, but
Hey,
anyway,
holla at your boy. Holla at your boy. Get them together. But the NBA playoffs, it's finally set. We have Miami, the MIA 305 versus the New York Knicks. Game 1 was today. Miami once again took game 1.
Two defensive teams, man. Thibodeau versus Jimmy Butler. This is great.
And they were both former Chicago guys.
Yeah,
Jimmy
versus
got his start under.
Always got to throw some Chicago shit in there.
I mean, you hating or what?
There you go.
Oh.
Another AB fan out
Yeah,
there. Let's go.
Miami, not Chicago.
You move on, Cleveland, Ohio. Really?
Talking about
Jimmy's a Houston boy, I believe, but.
No,
Yeah,
but
him versus your coach, man. This is awesome. Jimmy versus Thibodeau. And by the way, obviously no Randall. That's tough. They played him down 20. He gets hurt. Then the next game they're up 20. They got smart and they took him out of the game early. But Thibodeau's always been criticized for this. What's ridiculous is for years he was criticized for playing Derrick Rose too many minutes. Well, now he's saying, "Look, I'm not playing him at all. Are you guys happy? I'm not gonna play Derrick Rose at all. Like watch me."
It's way too fucking late.
we're not doing that. Don't you ever.
I'm just saying. That's but I mean, no, he is right though. I mean, Thibodeau is definitely. It's like he's good for getting star players hurt. I don't understand why.
I think he works them too hard. It's like, bro, at a moment you got. Wait. You have to not load management, but you ain't got to go hard every single day.
It's not about that.
Yes, it's paying off, but sometimes, my man, relax.
That's not my point. My thing is, why do you have your stars in while you're up or down 20 though? That's my only thing though. And it's like I said, it's not the first time he did this. So that's what I'm saying. It's like,
yeah.
I don't understand why he keeps doing it. It seems I'm not saying he's doing it purposely, but it's just like, bro, your history sheet, bro. You got like a nice little history sheet of leaving star players in when they're not supposed to. But
don't it seem like the whole playoffs get like this every year, man? Like I'm it's like Giannis gets hurt, Jimmy Butler gets hurt, people gets hurt.
Jimmy Butler did turn his ankle in the game.
I mean, but that was a freak injury.
So I'm saying like it's almost like these guys are not preparing themselves for the intensity of the playoffs or something, because like these games are different. And we see like I think the best way to do it is just keep doing like the Suns. Just keep playing the same way we've been playing all year. Listen, we're gonna give up 120 and we're gonna score 128. Let's go. Like we ain't gonna play defense, try to stop us too. Because like you do this whole we play offense, no defense all year, and then you come to playoffs and you decide to play defense, and then bang, 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 half your guys are gonna hurt. Ja hurt his wrist, attacking the rim like early young Derrick Rose, man. It's just I don't know, man. Playoffs get crazy, and it's just hard to see because the best teams don't always win. It's the best healthy team left keeps winning.
I mean, I don't know. I'm gonna have to disagree only because of the fact, like I said, it's just you can't really predict a freak accident. I mean, the majority of these injuries that has happened this year has been people falling because of the fact that they got hit with a pump fake or something and they came down on their tailbone. You can't predict that. I mean, you trying to play defense.
I'm not saying nothing to that point. My whole point is like I like it when they play defense. I prefer they play defense. My whole point is just like, why is this happening in the playoffs? Like someone I don't know. So like, why does this? Why are so many players getting hurt?
I mean, that's what I'm saying.
Every year, freak accidents just hitting every star in the playoffs. I don't believe it. There's got to be a reason. This doesn't happen every single year on accident.
And maybe they're not. None against current NBA players.
You already know Joel's out again.
Maybe they don't take care of themselves like they did in those Jordan eras and things like that.
Yeah, too. Maybe they not prepping the fall. I mean, there are certain days that you're supposed to fall. So I mean,
maybe they just go in, chuck up 1,000 shots a day, and leave. they're not working on.
But it has some insight though that some of these current players training is a completely different from back in the day. Like I think Matt Barnes had came out and said like it's a lot of players that just literally come into practice just to shoot around and then just leave for real. Like Nico's point. So that's what I'm saying. It could possibly be prepreration. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But at the end of the day,
said that too. He was like he used to run college bleachers. He was like, they're not doing stuff like that these days to get your conditioning in order, stay in shape.
Yeah, he said they used to run 5.5 miles a day. Like,
yes.
Like that shit.
You gotta think, an NBA game, that's exactly what it is. Like I'm sure Steph Curry takes about 10 to 15,000 steps in one NBA game. Because all the running he's doing, that's why.
Yeah, his conditioning is crazy.
Yeah, so it's like, bro, it works for him, but everybody else want to look cool and work out.
Let's go series by series. Then I'm gonna start with Nuggets Suns, man. This is great because do you remember last year when the Jokic brothers? I think they might have got kicked out of the game. The Jokic brothers got mad in the Suns game, and do you remember the fan who beat up? Remember the fan who beat up two other fans? It was like Suns and foe, and all that. Like, there's a little bit, I'm not saying there's animosity, but there's a little bit of tension between these two teams and the fans, and I love it. I think it's good for it. Obviously, KD's just getting there, so there's nothing really there for him, so to speak. But, like,
no, it's something there.
I think it's good. I think between the fans, it's been really good. And, I think this series is going to go, it's definitely going to go 6. I hope 7, but I still got Nuggets, man. I got Nuggets.
My only thing with this series is as long as KD and Booker stay healthy. Well, long as their starting 5 stays healthy, I can see the Suns still winning this. I mean, I do say Denver is definitely deep, but Suns have to play like the whole starting 5 they got to average like shit, at least about 80, 90 points for real. Like, but I mean, they can do it though. I mean, it's just the fact, like I said, they just got to get that chemistry. I do see it going to 6, the same as John, but like I said, I just got to go on the Suns' way just because, and I hate the fact that I'm giving KD this much credit though. I just feel like with KD, with them having KD and like I said, Booker, both of them can drop 30 any night. You know what I'm saying? And I keep constantly saying this: as long as DeAndre Ayton can at least give you 15 and 10 every game, and he can lock that in, it's a wrap. It's a wrap, man. But it's really gonna be on KD. Depending on his play in this series, is really going, because I know Book gonna get his. Well, no, I'm sorry, I shouldn't say that. Let me go back. Let me rewind. It's gonna be up to Chris Paul, because really he's kind of like the facilitator for real. Everybody else can score, but as long as he can score, because they're going to possibly look at him as, I don't want to disrespect him and say the weak link, but with those guys on the floor, he's kind of like the fourth scoring wheel or whatever the hell you want to call it. So it's really going to be, in my opinion, up to Chris Paul. So like I said, I say Suns in 6 for sure.
I think both of these series, though, in the West, is going to depend on.
I didn't get to that one.
Aiden versus Joker, and Anthony Davis versus Looney. Because I think in both of those cases, whichever big can win each game, I think their teams will win the game. You saw Looney today, 9 and like 22 rebounds. Like,
yeah,
bro,
ain't that big. Kings ain't that big though. I said the Kings ain't that big though. The Lakers got a lot of height though.
Let's be honest. Darren Tillman on the Grizzlies was giving AD that work the other night.
Yeah, so but he wasn't grabbing no 19 boards.
Yeah, but you can't say that, because AD, you look up, AD got 10 and 10 in the game over. It's like, how the hell you get 10 and 10? You can't at least give us 20, 25, and 15? Because, I mean, you are the guy.
I will say to AD's defense the other day, though, because people are like, oh, he only gave us like 14 points.
I was gonna let him
has been putting up defensive players.
I was just about to say that. He's been seeing like he's been focusing more on the defensive side than the offensive side, which I like.
But you still got to get rebounds. You can't.
He
had
like 19.
You can't let a
19
team.
Rebounds.
That was one game. You can't let a team like
he had 19, 16, I think 14, and then like 11 or something like that.
He getting rebounds. I'm saying this man's put up a defensive player of the year run. If you didn't
So
count
do the
against
same
him.
against Looney. Do the same against Looney.
Looney's
Because
not
if
an
you get-
offensive guy though. That's what I'm saying. Looney, he only gets like offensive
Yes,
boards.
but he gets offense. He gets the defensive rebound, and he gets offensive rebound.
I
If
promise
you
you.
look at that game today, he had 20 rebounds, which gave them at least 10 extra
Who
times
was
to hit a shot.
But
I'm
that's
gonna
what
tell you
I'm
right now, Looney is about to get exposed. I promise you, even on the rebounding end, we saw it happen with Jarrett Allen when you go up against a team like that. We just saw. Okay, I don't want to get into those series, but let's just take Kevin Love, man. This is why you have guys like that on your team, man. He had 12 rebounds, 5 threes. You know how many people on the Cavs had 12 rebounds or 5 threes in that last game? 0. This is why you have these guys. These guys, when you have just a rebounder, that's all I do. Those guys get exposed real quick because when they play a real post player, that player will have their eyes spinning around in their head, and next thing you know, they'll be forgetting to go get the rebound because they're chasing them so many different ways.
I doubt it.
AD is about on the rebound.
Looney been doing this. Let's be honest. He was a big reason they won the championship too.
I mean, yeah, but if you look at those Celtics, the Celtics didn't really have that much height either. I mean, the tallest person they had was Horford.
No, the tallest person.
I guess we can switch over to Lakers series because I want to say this. Devin Booker, switching from the Suns to the Lakers, Devin Booker seems to be predicting that they're going to meet the Lakers in the Western Conference Finals.
He got to worry about.
He came out and said he said in Game 6 we ain't going back to LA unless it's in the Western Conference Finals. So he seems to be thinking it's Lakers, not Warriors. I would agree with him.
He needs to relay that message to Aiden, because there's a couple times last night I'm like, what are you doing?
No, I agree with you. Aiton's got a. I just don't see pure dominance from Ayton that I really always wanted to see and expected.
You're not going to see it. You're not going to see it.
Man, I want to see dominance. I want to see a 20-20 game from Ayton. That's what I want to see.
And the thing is, too, he's a type of player. Him and Joker can go back and forth as far as point. Because let's be honest, Joker ain't no big time defensive guy either. You can easily give him 20 and 15, easily.
Yeah.
Like, come on, bro.
Yeah, but he's not going to. Aiden's not going to do it. That's not his DNA to dominate the game like that for real.
But the thing is, if he did, bro, they blowing out a lot of teams. That's what it's like. Why is it not clicking?
I'm just gonna say, man, for me, it's obvious. I got Lakers. Lakers are advanced in this series. I don't see how the Warriors can stop them. I really don't. I just don't see it. I know they're gonna give them work. I don't doubt that. They're gonna give them work. It's gonna be a great series.
Lakers gonna have to play that 3.
Well, LeBron. By the way, if Warriors win the finals, which they won't, but if they win the finals, Curry will have more rings than LeBron officially. Finally, which, oh my goodness, like. You know what I mean? Like, how are you the GOAT of any generation when this dude started after you and finished before you? Like, you can't do that. And I think LeBron lays the hammer down in this series. He says, "Nah, I don't know what's going on. I don't care what people are saying. LeBron is finishing.
I swear y'all kill me, man.
LeBron is closing out this series. That's all I'm saying. He is not allowing Curry to pass.
The fact that shit just really came out your mouth that you really said that Curry is about to be better than LeBron. Now y'all counting 2 of those weak ass fucking championships with KD for real. And you just all saying that he's better than LeBron. Seriously?
Right. I agree with that.
You don't though. You just pretty much was about to say LeBron. I mean, Curry is better than LeBron if he wins the championship this year.
No, I agree with that. But at the end of the day, all that's going to be recorded is one of them had 5 rings and one of them had 10. That's the only thing people are going to see. Good luck ever telling those people that he was the GOAT.
Curry got 4, don't he?
He got 4. But if Curry gets 5, 20 years from now, good luck trying to convince someone that someone who started after him and finished with more than him in the same amount of time is worse than him. Good luck. I don't think you're gonna be able to do it.
Give LeBron KD
You and
too.
I can sit
He's
here
going to have that too. I'm just saying,
because
like
the amount of times I hear the argument, well, you didn't see him play. That's a great argument, but it doesn't hold up 20 years from now.
Yeah.
It holds up in my damn book. What you mean?
We just gonna agree to disagree.
Well, your grandkids might believe it, but everyone else is good luck convincing other people's grandkids. That's all I'm saying.
Y'all sound crazy as hell. If y'all really think if Curry beat this man this year, he's gonna be better than him, man.
How many?
Don't start that narrative off, man. Please don't start.
No. Hang on. I'm not saying that Curry is better than LeBron.
That's just mad disrespect.
Hang on. You took what I said wrong. I'm not saying Curry's better than LeBron. I'm saying
I ain't taking us out yet. You talking about this shit immediately right now?
You're taking me wrong. I said if Curry finishes with more rings, then you're not going to be able to convince people that he is the GOAT when someone else passed him in his own era. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying people are going to say Curry's better than him. I'm just saying you're not going to convince anyone he's the GOAT when he got passed.
All I'm going to say is go back to those years that he had KD, those 3 years, man.
I don't know what this.
That shit don't count.
It's not that he's better. I don't know, but
I'm sorry. You had KD, bro. That does not count.
I'm with you, but there's not going to be an asterisk next to it that says he had 5, but he also had KD. That's just not going to happen.
I'd be like, look, go look at the tape. That's all you got to do.
That's what he's trying to say. It will just be hard to convince someone. I agree. It's going to be really hard to convince someone. Unless you sit down and make that kid watch 20 years of tape from LeBron, you ain't convincing them that he's the GOAT if Curry passed him. And so all that to say, Curry will not pass him, and he will not pass him in this series. LeBron is bringing down the hammer. I got LeBron in this series.
I'm just pissed that he really started that narrative, man.
You would think that I would.
Because now if it happens, people are going to be thinking that now. Like, seriously, like, they really are going to be
thinking that. Think that anyway. What?
No, they were not. No,
yes, they were, bro.
No, they were not. It's okay. We're going to see the series, man. That's why I said I'm excited.
I will say Nico don't want to have that MJ versus LeBron debate, though. You don't want to have that one.
I'm so excited.
He ain't ready for it.
You want to go there right now?
He ain't ready for it.
Anyways, we appreciate y'all watching this.
We didn't even talk about the East.
We don't have.
You're trying to ignore what happened to your Cavs?
No.
Wow.
Hey, hang on. Let me say this.
Hey,
You're right. That wasn't fair. I take it back. But here's what I will say. Just like they did not play, they let Kevin Love go on a buyout. They didn't even get pieces back for him, which was stupid by the Cavs. I will say this: why did the Bucks not play Jay Crowder? This man has over 100 playoff games under his belt. He's one of the most experienced players on that team. Would not play him in crucial moments. Did not like what I saw from the Bucks. A bad coaching. I didn't like any of it. I don't know what's going on there. And by the way, I'll say this real quick. I have a question for you guys. Is it time for Chris Middleton to move on? I don't think he's a number 2. I think he's a 3. I think you have to go get Giannis a solid number 2, maybe Dame Lillard, or else Giannis will leave Milwaukee in a couple years. I guarantee it. At the end of this contract, Giannis is gone if they don't go get him a true number 2.
He had an off year this year, but last year he was definitely like an all-star though. He was just injured this year.
And he was hurt. Giannis was hurt.
This man is the most unguarded all-star of all time. Giannis draws so much attention. You take the second Giannis is out, Chris Middleton is not a number 1. He's barely a 2. I think he's a 3. I think he's your Andrew Wiggins, your Jordan Poole. He's that guy. He is not your Klay Thompson. He's just not. I'm sorry.
They were number 1 in the West. What the hell?
And
so
because of Giannis.
Holiday?
Because of Giannis, they were like 8-7 without Giannis. Like they were barely a winning team without
Everybody
Giannis.
Can't be like Memphis.
I'm promising you right now, they don't get him a better number 2. Giannis will not sign another contract. That's all I'm saying.
You just hold on. You just won a championship with this same team.
The same team, and then you just because
who would they go through? They beat the Hawks. Come on, stop. I'm not doing that.
Who they go through?
Stop. I'm not doing. Drew Holiday played his mind out in those games. Like do not put that on Chris Middleton.
But
No.
Chris Middleton has some effect in those series, though. Like
Chris Middleton's nice. I'm not saying you get rid of him. I'm saying
I get what you're saying, but it's just you saying he needs a solid
number 2.
You said they need a solid number. They don't really need a solid number 2 because everybody on that damn team can drop 20. The Portis, Drew Holiday, what the hell is his name? Cunningham. Really? Everybody can score. So I mean, technically, you really don't need a number 2. I mean, you just need Giannis to draw all the attention like he's been doing.
Personally, I don't think Dame Lillard's the answer. I like Drew Holiday standing there. I'd like to see the Bucks go get DeRozan. I'm not gonna lie. I think that's a true 2. And you
don't have 2 people on the floor that can't shoot.
I'm telling you, you're gonna lose. You will lose Giannis if you do not go get another player.
I will say this though, because his career average is 17 points. If he can get that up to at least 21, 25, but that last game they just lost to Miami, he had 33. And it was just bad boxing out.
He's a good player. He's just not consistent enough for me. I don't know. I don't think Giannis stays past this contract if you don't go get a number 2. Better than Chris Middleton, but that's my opinion.
I mean, I just feel like he'd be a little harsh. The man was just hurt this year. I mean, I'm just saying, like, I mean, damn, what you expect him to come out busting 40 after he just I forgot what he hurt with his ankle or whatever it was, but
all right, so this next game, Philly versus Boston, who do you have and why?
I mean,
actually, someone said that. Irv said this earlier. I don't know what he was referring to, but I will say, they James Harden was just seen.
Oh, he's talking about the old NBA players.
But James Harden
strip clubs.
Yeah, but James Harden was just seen down in Vegas, I think, chilling and hanging out. And people are going to use that if they lose game 1 to say, "Oh, look at him." But I don't think that's not. The man had a week off. The man had almost a week off because they swept the Nets, so that ain't his fault. Go enjoy yourself, James. Don't listen.
I'm about to say if they blame James for the first loss, I mean it's because Joel's they don't have their superstar player if they lose that first game. So
but this happened. This happened with the Banana Boat Boys. This happened with Odell on his boat.
I'm not expecting Harden to take over like that. I mean, I know other people in the world are expecting Harden to be that superstar player while he's gone, but I mean. I know who Harden is and how he performs in the playoffs. So I mean, I'm not expecting too much. That's why I say I'm expecting him to lose these first 2 games because they say he could possibly be out the second game too. So, but I'm expecting him to lose the first 2 games for sure.
Who do you have winning that series?
Well, I say Boston now. I mean, with a healthy Joel Embiid, I would say Philly, but I got to say Boston because Joel Embiid is not healthy.
I had Philly in the finals, but if Joel's really not there, it's the same as Giannis. Your guy misses 3 games. Like, how are you going to win without your best player for 3 games? Joel's got to be there at least 6 of the 7 games. He can't sit more than 1 game. So, yeah, I got Boston if Joel's not there.
I ain't going to lie. I had Boston with or without a beat, to be honest with you. They just, I think they're on a mission to get back and show last year wasn't a fluke due to having Ime Udoka. And it's like, all right, we can show like, hey, we really like that. It wasn't the coach. We really have the players that can do it. Now, it looked a little shaky against Atlanta, but I think they'll clean those things up and they'll be ready to go against Philly for sure.
But going back, I know I'm super late. You talk about I ain't want to talk about my Cavs, but I've been talking about my Cavs this whole time. I've been saying that they need a solid forward. I apologize, and we still gonna need some key pieces. We got to worry about signing our key pieces back with LeVert, Mitchell, and things like that. But we got to go out and get us a solid small forward for sure. But yeah, I say Boston go take this one. This is like I said, this was the series I wanted to see, but I wanted to see. Well, I thought it was going to be the Eastern Conference Finals, but I mean, we're getting to see it early. But again, I'm just a little bit upset because they're not coming in full healthy. So, yeah, I say Boston, and probably Miami in the Eastern Conference Finals for sure.
Okay, all right. Okay, so just like last year, huh?
Yes.
What would it be? 8 versus 2 compared to last year? Wow.
And then I got Lakers and the Suns that they wake the hell up.
Really, it's just Aiden that got to stop playing. Like, come on.
Lakers, Aiden and I agree. I would love to see that, but
that would be weak as hell. I ain't gonna lie.
There's no line over LeBron. All right, listen, there's no line over the O on LeBron. All right, just want to point that out. It's not LeBron James.
He putting some French on that, I guess. You feel me? So yeah, I mean, I would like to see that. I don't know why Nico said that'd be a bitch move. I feel like that'd be the.
I didn't say a bitch move. Don't say that. I said that would be weak. It would be
how?
Weak. Why you going? Why you going now?
We ain't getting into all that. What? Nah, come on. Hey, I'll say this. Speaking of French, man, I see my guy wearing his PSG shirt today. Is that an Mbappe or what? Is it just a team shirt?
Know. You already know.
Okay.
Yeah.
The best player in the world, right? Currently.
I would say so. I would say so
too.
I wish I could get one of them Mbappe kind of contracts, but that's fair for another day. All right, Walt, take us.
I'm about to say, I'm pretty sure you and everybody else in the world want one of them.
Yeah, them boys getting paid. They like, I want to play a football player. Hell no, we gonna be a soccer player.
I'm like, shit, just toss me like a 500 real quick. You feel
me? We gonna put that boy in soccer. I got to sorry that. And we're gonna ship them across the pond.
I'm about to say either soccer or baseball. Those are the two highest paid sports for real. So
or quarterback, but I don't have.
Nowadays.
They signing max contracts,
but yeah, again, I guess we're gonna try this take two. We're gonna try to tie this again. Appreciate y'all watching us tonight here on Sunday, on this beautiful Sunday. I love fucking with Nico, man. I swear I do. We appreciate y'all watching us. Like I said, make sure y'all continue with us on this journey. I think we at 122 right now, so that's a beautiful thing. This month was actually a good year. I mean, I said a good year, a good month for us. So, I mean, hopefully next month could be the same. Yeah. Like I said, for you to like, share, subscribe, comment. We appreciate everybody that was commenting today, even though we had a few spell checks, I guess. All right, now just one.
Well, we didn't. But, hey, we appreciate you, Irvin. We appreciate you. Funny, Irvin. Don't listen to him.
I have to look it up, but I'm pretty sure we had like 25 people subscribe this month. Actually, we had like 28 because we actually had like 2 or 3 people unsubscribe this month. I'm not sure.
We don't count.
Not sure what they got mad about, but that's good. That's good. That's good.
That's not good. But either way, like I said, we had a good month. We appreciate y'all. Like I said, continuing on this journey with us. Like I said, this your boy Big Watt. My boy Nico Suave, looking suave in the mofo with the fresh cut. Boy, okay, I gotta get like my boy. Y'all see, I'm looking rough as hell. You feel me? But my boy John as well. I can't forget about my boy, hardest working man in showbiz, aka Johnny Bravo. No,
haircut.
Oh wow. Well, John, cut it off because this boy.
Don't cut it off. Please don't cut it off.
I need a haircut, man.
No, don't do that. Don't
cut it off, man. Please don't cut it off. I can't imagine. I'm be honest. I can't imagine you with no other type of hairstyle but that. I'm be honest with you.
No, I'm not saying.
But it's not up to me. It's actually up to you. It's not up to us. It's not up to us. It's up to his lady. So whatever she likes, that's what he can get. You feel me?
Is it really? No.
It is. It really is.
It's a joke for John, but go ahead.
I mean, sometimes it is.
She'd cut it off right here if it were up there. Nah. All right, we're cutting the show.
All right, y'all. Y'all be busy. Put the top weeks up. We out.